To fully get Central Asia, you have to try Central Asian cuisine. And to understand Central Asian cuisine, you have to try plov. Plov is a deceptively simple dish. When you list the ingredients, it sounds mundane, almost boring. Something you'd grab at a cafeteria if nothing else were available. Rice, carrots cut into slivers, chunks of meat, onions, garlic, spices, and maybe raisins, if you're lucky, all drowned in oil. That's about it. Yet, plov is more than a mere sum of its parts. If done right, and it's very easy to get it horribly, greasily wrong, plov is a culinary blockbuster. Plov is not something you usually get in a restaurant. Families cook it at home on festive occasions, like weddings or birthdays, but the occasion doesn't need to be huge to call for plov. A weekend family gathering might qualify. That said, you can find good plov in restaurants, and this is one of them, devoted exclusively to the dish. It's called, without undue modesty, Central Asian Plov Center. It's in Tashkent, the capital of Uzbekistan, Central Asia's most populous state. Uzbeks are true masters of plov, so you can excuse them for getting a little carried away with the name. Plov is cooked in iron vats over a wood-burning fire. The plov center, these vats are so big they resemble hot tubs. The men, and it's always men who cook plov, light the fires at dawn, and at midday the fun begins. Diners flock here from all over Tashkent and sit down in a large hall that's rented out for weddings and other celebrations on weekends. There are red curtains on the windows and fancy white covers draped over chairs. On weekdays, though, it's plov for the sake of plov. Waitresses run back and forth between the vats outside and the hungry diners inside. Tashkent plov is made with raisins, and if you ask, they'll put a slice of cured horse meat on top, or a boiled egg, though I never saw the point. There are many different types of plov in different parts of Central Asia. People have strong opinions about what belongs in plov and what doesn't. In some parts of the region, people swear by yellow carrots, or pink rice, or a certain type of raisins, or no raisins at all. A few months ago, I ate a particularly greasy kind of plov in Osh, a town in southern Kyrgyzstan. Osh later made headlines because of deadly violence targeting most of the town's Uzbek population. But when I visited, all was quiet. In a roadside cafe, an old Uzbek with a wispy white beard made plov for me and a local colleague who said this was the place to get good plov. I went backstage to watch the process. Instead of oil, the old man threw a glistening white hunk of mutton fat into the empty pot. The fat danced and sizzled and melted, forming a bubbling puddle of goo. Then in went the carrots, rice, more mutton, but no raisins. They don't use raisins in plov here. The result was pungently delicious. Staying awake afterwards was hard. The cook told me that customers with heart trouble sometimes ask for a lighter version, in which case he'll reluctantly use cottonseed oil instead of pure fat. But the default version is fat-based. The grease factor scares many plov novices, especially the health-obsessed Western kind. But plov needn't be greasy to be good. A healthy alternative is Lagman, a noodle, meat and veggie dish traditionally prepared by the Uyghurs. Uyghurs are a Turkic people. Most of them live in China's Xinjiang province. But there are large Uyghur communities throughout Central Asia. In Tashkent, after I overdosed on plov, I went looking for good Lagman. I found it in this small cafe next to a major thoroughfare. The noodles are homemade, and the coolest part of Lagman preparation is watching the cook stretch out a bundle of noodles and whip it against a table surface in a series of loud thumps. The point of it is to lengthen and flatten the noodles. It's really good stuff.